How's it going, everyone? Shane here again, and I've got a new project to show you guys. The Resident Evil 30th anniversary is coming up here in about a month, and then just around the corner we've got Resident Evil 9. So to celebrate, I wanted to make this cool Resident Evil sign. This is my favorite imagery from the whole franchise. Is this artwork of the original zombie, the first one that you encounter. You know, it's used both in promotion, and it was the cover for the Resident Evil Director's Cut edition. So I put some LEDs in this, of course. And then it's also got a built-in speaker
Resident Evil 0
that plays all the different intros throughout the franchise. So I'm going to show you guys how I made this, and hopefully you'll learn to make something like this of your own. So the first step was to design the shape of the sign in Illustrator. I made separate files for the foam cutting template, the wood template, and then the acrylic template. With the help of Joe in the CNC shop, I put the foam cutting file into a sign maker CNC and cut out the main parts of the sign. I then used our laser to cut out the acrylic letters, as well as some templates for the letter housing on the sign, and some numbers for the year 1996, which is the year the first Resident Evil came out. With the templates cut out, I taped them to a piece of 1/2-inch thick EPS foam and used the 3-inch hot knife to cut out the outer shape and the spaces for the letters. Next, I used a scroll table to cut out the numbers for the year 1996, and this piece is going to go on the mid-section just to make the transition from the front to back feel a little smoother. With all that cut out, I used foam fusion to glue the year and the midsection to the back section. From there, I added my LED strip to the inside of the midsection. I glued it down in some places with styro goo because sometimes these LED strips come undone. I guess the adhesive's just not all that great. Once that was put in place, I glued the front plate down with foam fusion. Then I used the freehand router to carve out sections for the speaker system. Since I'll be coating this with bounce and all-purpose foam coat, and that has some flex to it, I don't need to expose the button. It just needs to be fairly close to the edge and you can still press it just fine. Now it's time to coat it. I use a mixture of 3 parts bounce to 2 parts all-purpose foam coat, which is a little thicker than typical, but it helps prevent the coating on the sides from dripping off while still creating a smooth finish. Finally, it's time to paint. First, I painted the entire thing with about 3 coats of black acrylic. This way, the light won't seep through the sides when it's turned on. I used a paper template to help me paint the various sections of the zombie, as I don't have enough confidence in my painting abilities to do it all by hand. I used white with a dry brushing of black for the shirt, then mixed a light gray for the zombie's basic skin tone. I used white to add highlights, black and dark gray to add shadows, mixtures of brown and red for the blood and gashes, then dry brushed yellow in certain places just to add to the color of the zombie. After that, I put the letters in, and the sign was finished. The speaker plays the intro from Resident Evils 1 through 6, both Outbreak games, Survivor, Code Veronica, Umbrella and Darkside Chronicles, and both Revelations games.
Resident Evil. Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil. Resident Evil 4.
Thank you guys for watching, and happy foam crafting.